You're listening to Small Business Talk with Jerry. Sit in on great conversations with entrepreneurs who risk everything chasing the American dream.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Small Business Talk with Jerry. Tonight it is Small Business Talk with Jerry and Craig. Craig is my co-host.
Howdy, everybody.
And tonight we are going to introduce Tracey and Sam. So Tracey, tell us a little bit about you.
I'm Tracey McGuire. I was born and raised in Rochester, and I taught school for 30 years, and about a year and a half ago, I decided that I wanted to do something different, and I am now working for Rochester Art Center.
Awesome.
Were you still a teacher when you decided to do that? Or
No.
did you retire?
I took early retirement. My dad was, had dementia and Alzheimer's. His wife had just died, and so I thought I was retiring to take care of him. And then 6 weeks after I retired, he went to sleep and went to heaven.
Oh,
So
sorry, but that's a good way to go.
It is a good way to go. But then I was looking for something else to do, and I didn't want to go back to teaching. So
Okay.
Yeah. And we also have Sam with us today. Sam, tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, I'm Sam Bhatt. Actually, I'm in financial service business now. I'm in Rochester right now, actually, for about a year time now. Last 2 years, I'm doing this business. But my background is basically engineering profession. I'm basically engineer by profession. I did my undergrad and graduation both now. I'm done almost like 45 years back. But then I realized actually after doing a lot of things for your own investment and own financial requirement, you learn a lot actually. And then I realized actually that younger generation does not have that knowledge now.
Right.
Nope.
And my basic concern is at this age now to go to the younger generation now and educate them okay, when the money comes to you, what you should do, how the money works for you.
Spend it.
Rather than you works for the money.
Do we spend it?
Sorry?
Do we spend the money? Is that what we're supposed to do?
Not spend the money.
Buy nice things.
Yeah. Buy stuff that we can't afford? Isn't that, or is that not, or is that the opposite what you tell them
so
to do?
my basically point is you spend the money, before that you earn the money.
Oh,
and
there's
earn
that
the money,
piece of it.
and then you make a money in such a instrument. That instrument will give it to incremental growth to you.
Okay.
So what will happen? Your passive income should increase in such a way that money works for you, rather you don't work for money.
Right. I think we have to teach Sam the American way. If you have $100, you spend $200, and you figure it out.
Right.
That's
Right.
that's
Pay
how
later.
Americans do it.
Yeah. Buy now, pay later.
That's right.
Layaway.
So now you guys met in our networking group, right? And you guys didn't know each other before that, or did you?
we did know it. We
you
met
did?
through the chamber.
Oh, you did.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Chamber.
Yep.
Okay. So how long have you guys known each other then?
About a year time, possibly by January, February, we met in chamber meeting couple of times.
Okay.
And then she has invited to me in art center. So I went there, art center Rise and Sign group, like a small networking group. And I should know more about basically what's the art all about it.
Yes.
And then I realized such a nice building, such a nice art collection, local collection now. And then one time I went there, second time I went there, third time I went there. And I like to go there regularly more. Because art is such a nice issue. Only few people can able to understand and enjoy it now. So I met there also, and then finally we landed in a SBR group now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and SBR group also, she is very connected. I always said actually her now, okay, we have two mentors like you, like Jeremiah, one side, and the other side is Tracey. Whenever I want help, I want something to talk about it. They are basically so
call
friendly,
Jerry, of
so
course.
friendly, so friendly.
Jerry.
That's right. Craig's kind of the anti-Jerry, though. He's not a big fan.
I'm not.
I don't believe
Everybody loves Jerry. Oh, Jerry. Let's call Jerry.
See, and I invited him in.
There you go.
So now you've been with the Art Center for how long?
About 15 months.
Okay. So pretty much almost your whole retirement then, really. I mean.
Yeah, and some people tell me, well, you're not really retired. But for me, I just, I always have to have purpose in my life. Mm-hmm. And so when I did retire, I still need things to do. But I don't want to be really, really busy. But I purposely said, okay, I'm going to find something to do, but it has to be joyful. It's not just something.
Were you into art, so to speak? I mean, prior to, I mean, as a teacher, I mean, I gotta imagine right? I mean, what grade did you teach?
I taught English as a second language
Oh,
for the school district
Okay.
and at the elementary level. I was in the Peace Corps prior to joining the school district.
Okay.
And so I wanted to
So
keep...
you're writing a book then?
Yes, I could. No, but I just wanted to do things that are joyful and purposeful. And I've always loved sales and marketing and networking, meeting people.
See, I told you.
Yes.
We got the first one out of the way.
Yep. And so the job came up at the art center, and I thought, oh, that sounds, because I'm an artist. I've always been a creative person. And
okay. So it was in your background. It wasn't just like, I'm gonna go do art stuff.
Didn't answer an ad in the newspaper.
No,
Yeah.
but
Newspaper.
it's, the job isn't about art. The job that they hired me for is, donor relations and membership and advancement, which is development
Sure.
and fundraising. And I love that stuff. But the fact that it was for an art center was just a perk.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Sam, how about you? Before you were doing the financial services, you were an engineer.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you'll always be an engineer. But
Yeah.
where were you working prior to doing your own thing here?
Yeah, so basically I'm originally from India and I work there actually, but most of the time we work in New Jersey, in Midwest also, Chicago, another area. So I work with the contract.
Before you lived here, or
No,
after you moved here? Okay.
After I moved.
And you moved here, you followed your daughter,
Yeah, I follow my daughter.
and that's
there.
why you got to New Jersey.
No. New Jersey, we are there together now. And then she became a doctor. And then she got a fellowship here in Mayo. That's why we came here. So that is the issue. But what I'm saying, when he's asking me about my background,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I work with the constructions and related work now.
Okay.
So that is my basic issue.
What discipline of engineering were you?
Civil engineering.
Okay.
Civil, yeah.
So you're good at math. I'm not. So math is dumb.
I'll second that. He's terrible at that.
I'm terrible. I hate it.
You are running your business, right? So any business you're running,
Yeah, I'll hire people to do math for me, man. 'cause
Yeah, but
I'll come up with the wrong one every time.
I understand one thing. Owner is so smart. He always show as a dumb now, but he knows actually what my staff is doing it.
Yeah.
So they cannot misguide you.
Well, that is not true either. But I don't own my business. Well, I don't own Precision Signs. Just so we're clear on that. So for any of those Precision Signs people out there listening, right? I mean,
Yeah.
John Boyer is the owner of Precision Signs, but no, I hate math. So people like you that are really good at it, I'm very envious of it because, a nerd accountant over here.
That's right. That's right.
Uh,
Nerds run the world, my
well,
man.
that's true. There's
something to be said about that.
that's not entirely false. So civil engineering, okay. And then what made you get into the financial service? How you did that for 40 years? You said about?
Yeah, 40 years in
Holy cow.
construction side and related issue now, real estate development and so many other issues now. The main issue is when you get retired, there should be a cut-off date. So what you do for years and years, you always want to do something else. But when I realized one thing, when I said actually I want to do something policies and insurance and some investment product for my daughter, another issue, then I met the guy and then they said, no, we don't want to sell to you. I want you to join us, learn something, become a professional, so you become educated client. And the main issue is about when you become educated client, and then you do a decision for financial, because I always say money is the important part of your life, correct or not? And when money is important, you work very hard way to earn the money. But when you do something investment or at the right time, when you're uneducated, I think it's not a good sign.
Right.
So
Well,
then
there's a lot of financial illiteracy
Yeah.
among not only young people, as you mentioned before the podcast started, but let's be honest, some adults.
Yeah, a
right?
lot of
that,
adults.
that just don't understand money, and that need help because, it's
Well, it doesn't come with instructions. I mean,
Yeah,
it
no,
really
not really.
doesn't. I mean, it's funny to say that, but and this is going to sound really rude, and probably because it is, but you always hear, well, money doesn't buy happiness. Money is not everything. The people that say that are the ones that don't have any. I mean, let's be honest. At the end of the day, because I will say money doesn't buy happiness. It isn't everything, but it buys almost everything. It always helps. It does. It does. It's hard to be wealthy and sad. I mean, I'm not saying you can't muster it up, but but the other side of that is, for me, I think that you strive to earn the money. You strive to have the money earn the money then for you, but you do that for freedom, because, like you said, if what you do is teach, and you're retired, and then things don't go the way you thought they were going to, and now you need something to do. If you didn't have any money, you have to go back to what you know.
Right.
No, and you didn't want to do that. You want to. I mean, the old saying of you never work a day in your life if you love what you do. Okay, that is about 80% garbage. But the other 20%, it's like it is a lot easier to wake up in the morning and function when you love what you do.
Yes,
it really is. And I mean, you're a perfect example of that. And even Sam, with you talk about being a civil engineer, and now you're doing this. Well, there's a reason you're not doing that anymore. I'm part of it.
Yeah, because I thought actually the civil engineering, we done it one type of stage for 40 years plus now, and it is a long time. But what I'm trying to say, when I do my financial company, then I realize I'm educated guy. I'm a certified person, state license, and I got multi-state license, so I can work on all United States now. I have got a client on East Coast to West Coast anywhere now, right? That is one item. Main issue is what is my goal? My goal is basically to educate the people. So when I do when I meet you first time, I give you a financial education background. And I think I done with the Tracey also one time. I said, this is the way you should do. Like simple example, we said, there are two houses are there. We have emotional house where we stay in the house, and there is we call financial house. So how we do difference between emotional house and financial house? So everybody knows emotional house. What do you do? First thing first. First thing first, you do a foundation now. When you construct the house, emotional house, and then you do structure and framing and interiors, and finally.
When do we get to buy cool stuff to put in the house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When do we spend the money,
When
Sam?
do we spend the money, Sam?
But my point is actually in emotional house, what is happening? When I asked today also, I met the guy and I said to him, what do you do when you're $1,000 saving per month? What do you do? He said, I invest the money. I said, fine, okay. And then what you do? Investment. He said, I buy crypto, I buy stock, I do something else. I said, that's right. So that's the reason I said what is my financial house is. First thing is a protection for your family. Because when you are a main asset of your house now, you should protect
My
yourself.
wife is the main asset.
Yeah.
I mean, Tracey
So you
knows
should
that.
protect her. Actually.
She's protected.
No,
married
financially
well.
protected. Financially protected.
Now, full disclosure here. I mean, Tracey's husband and my wife work together. So I don't know if you knew that or not. So.
I didn't.
Yeah.
So her husband knows you married up.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they talk about it. That
Pretty
way.
sure. I was going to say, I'm guessing it's come up once or twice.
No, funny.
So what I was telling you, the second house is about debt management now. People has to take care about debt, which they put a lot of interest. And third thing they should do about the emergency funding. So when the rainy days come, you have at least 6 months of your salaries to be there.
6 months, that's still kind of the standard?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
6 months to 12 months depend upon your cash flow. But 6 months is minimum, recommended.
So 45 minutes.
Yeah, and
That's
finally,
not enough.
and finally, you should do start investment. That is the issue you should do about it now. So that is the first thing difference between financial and emotional house. So I educate people and I try to wake up their mind issue, and then we say how should do about the protection now, and then I go about further slide and I include them and ask question with them,
Yep.
and so many
You gotta-
issues I think.
One thing I did with my kids, we talk about, I mean, when I was younger, I drove a lot of junk. I'm a car guy, and I drove a lot of junk. But now I have nicer vehicles, I mean, they're not super expensive stuff, but they're nice cars. And my daughter will ask, well, I want this, I want that. I want, how much is the, she'll ask me, like, what's the payment on that? I'm like, I have no idea. And she's like, but you have it. What? I was like, I have it. You didn't ask me if I have it. You didn't ask me how much I paid for it. You asked me what the payment was. I have no idea what the payment is on that. I've never made a payment on it. I made one payment, and it's done. And I was like, and I told her, I said, here's the thing. the kids would ask me, when are you going to retire, Dad? When are you going to retire? I was like, it's not when I'm ready. And I said, it's not what age? Well, it's not an age. Retirement's not an age. Retirement is an account balance. And you have to know, you need someone like Sam to tell you, this is how much money you need to retire. And it's like, but I want to do more when I'm retired because I'm not going to work anymore. I'll have more time so I can spend more money because I can do more things because I'm not wasting my time all day at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how much money do I need to live that lifestyle? Well, that's a whole different account balance. That's a whole different number.
Yep.
And when you make it to that number, then I started buying nicer cars, because it's like, well, okay, I know I can retire because my account balance is there. And you factor in how old you are and how long you plan on living, but so my daughter, I said, well, we looked up like our Challenger, what's the payment on that? So we looked it up. Okay, if you buy one, what are you going to put down? She looks at me funny. Okay, well, let's assume that you're silly enough to buy this car when you don't have enough money to put down on it. Here's how much. We do the math.
Buy now, pay later.
Right. So we do the math. Here's the payment. And she's like, oof, that's a big payment. We could swing it if, and I was like, okay. So I let her go on the whole thing. We talk about I can afford this payment if.
Yep.
It's like, okay. So now I'm like, she's 25 years old. So then we're online. So I go and bring up a financial calculator online. And I show her, I said, okay, that $803 payment that we decided you're going to make on this new car, that $803 a month, if you bought something like, say, a little Subaru, and you buy it used, not new, and we get you into a $300 car payment, that leaves you $503. Now, that doesn't tell you how much you're saving on license, how much you're saving on insurance, gas from a Challenger to a Subaru. There's a bunch of things. I said, and that's just fun money. You can do what you want with that. But let's just look at the payment. We take that $503. You're going to make that payment for 6 years on that car. 503 times 6, you put that in, you amortize
Math.
that out. Yes, math. You amortize that out and only count that $503 for 6 years. So from the time you're 25 to the time you're 31, then you let that build at an average rate. And I went conservative. I said 6.5% is what I said that I think you could make an average. I said, and now we look at it when you're 60 years old. Well, don't people retire when they're 65? It's not an age. It's an account balance. Don't forget that. This is not an age thing. I said, but what is that? What's that difference in car payment worth to you by the time you're 60? That's a big number. And she was just blown away because I'm showing her right on the screen. And she was just like, I was like, so that, I said, think about this. Every time you're out and you're looking at something and you're like, I need this, but I'm going to buy this because it's awesome. It's like, and the older you get, the less important that becomes because you don't have the time with the money. So it's when you're my age and my account balance says you can retire today if you want to. Now it's like, now buying that car isn't such a bad thing.
Right.
Because I'm not going to drain my savings, or my retirement, my investment. But if I can now I can buy some nicer things, I'm going to have some nicer things. So there's a big difference between why us old fat guys have cool cars and the young cool kids have pieces of garbage. That's because they're smart. I said, and that's the thing, and that's what the younger generation, they want it, and they want it right now. And it's like, like you said, if I've got $100 in my pocket, I can buy something for $300 because I'll figure out the other $200, eventually. But that's what I found really for my daughter, especially. She was looking at that big number at the end. I'm like, you don't have to work any harder. You don't have to do anything except don't buy the Challenger, don't buy a brand new Challenger, buy a used Subaru. And that
Why don't you just drive yours?
Well, there's that. I'm not dead yet. That's why.
I'm just saying. I know if I was your daughter, that's what I would do. I'd be like,
I am the dad of tough love.
Yeah.
I've been told.
That's why I told the people, everybody, particularly young generation, some message has to be conveyed. I mean, they will not listen sometime, but when they understand the value behind it, like say everybody need a need and want. Mm-hmm. You want this is your need or this is what you want. What's different?
I need a Challenger
Yeah.
or a new boat.
So you should know why you want it and whether you plan to fail or whether you fail to plan.
Yeah.
So end of day, are you able to pay later days or not? That is the issue. Now that will give burden to you. Blah, blah, so many things are there. My only point to young generation is now, Okay, when you make, we call it X-curve principle now. There are 4 concepts out there. Concept 1 is actually, if you die too soon, you should do protection. If you live too long, you need to retirement planning. And retirement planning for young generation, why? Because they should know 5 questions. When you want to retire, mostly people doesn't know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, ideally they say, oh, Social Security, I get at 65. I say, young generation, general, you are 25. Are you going to go 65? Social Security will exist?
Yeah.
We don't know. So when you want to retire, can you prepone the retirement or not? Can you make retirement early or not? So you should plan and money should work for you. How much tax you are going to pay in retirement time? And how much actually money you need it actually in retirement. So these all questions are mind-blowing for them. So once they think about it, they will sit with you, understand the job, and possibly the right message will be conveyed to them.
This is somewhat off topic, but that's my specialty, I guess, is the rabbit hole. In India, what are the taxes like in India? Yeah, are there taxes? And I mean, is it a similar structure to the U.S. or is it?
Yeah, similar type of taxes, but the taxes are also very high in India.
They are higher than the U.S.
No, US has a different level of brackets now. They have also them same bracket. The question is what actually the India people doesn't buy everything on credit card payment.
Go on credit.
So there is a cash transaction there.
Right.
There is a cash transaction. So what is happening when you buy something, people doesn't pay taxes there. Here is the compulsory because it's a mandatory because your social security is involved and Benjamin Franklin said here, 2 things are very confirmed in this country. You are going to die and you are going to pay taxes.
Yeah.
Everybody has to pay taxes.
Yes.
It's not like that because some transaction we do everything by check payment, online payment is recorded. India is not like that. So it is a different case. Now is going to be changed. Digital payment is coming back. So now people are paying more taxes on that side. That's why government people are there, 1,500 million people and 4 times the population of the United States.
Yeah.
But question, they don't pay taxes now. So those who pay the taxes is in higher bracket.
Sure.
But they don't pay.
But they don't pay.
Interesting.
So are you, anybody in the room, this is a question for everybody, is anybody into crypto at all? Buying some?
I mean, I own a little bit.
Do
Mainly,
you?
Yeah, just.
How do you buy it at Quick Trip? I see they have crypto
I have
machines there.
I mean, I bought mine. I have 2 different accounts, one through Coinbase and one through Robinhood.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
it's simply.
You like Robinhood?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. My son turned me into that.
Okay, I haven't used that. I use a couple other ones, but
So you have some too.
yeah.
Do you have crypto?
No, I don't believe in crypto. Because crypto is, in my opinion, when you are rightly said, when you come with the maths, logic, you don't buy crypto.
No, and to that point, Sam, you're correct. Do I think it's going to, take over the dollar? I don't. I look at it as a speculative investment. It's very volatile. So, I don't buy it and hold it. I buy it and then let it go up a little bit, and then I sell it, and then I let it go back down, and then I buy it, and then I let it go up a little bit, and then I sell it, and so it's kind of back and forth in that regard. I'm not buying it to, some people buy it and hold on.
That's why they call you 2 type of people, mind mentality. One is investor capability and one is a trading mentality. What you are saying is a trading mentality. Trading mentality, what happened? Today you buy it and the price will go up, you feel guilty.
Yeah, that's the only thing I have that trade mentality. I mean, I have some stock and stuff that I long-term, positions, but
exactly.
Crypto is a wild
The problem is,
frontier.
I have one reservation only in crypto. The crypto, you say if you invest, say example, today, $10,000. The problem is you are investing something to get a growth, right?
Right.
But when you need a money, the crypto has a no stabilized value.
Yeah.
If it goes down very much now, you do not know where the money goes.
The thing that bothers me about crypto, but it's also what makes it the draw, is there's a finite amount. So, but nobody knows what that is. Nobody knows when it could happen tomorrow.
Right.
And so, like, if you happen to own some and it ends, it's going to be worth whatever somebody says it's going to be worth. I mean, there's no underlying, base to it. That's the hardest. That's the thing that I just don't like about it. But
One of them that I have a fair amount of, I mean, coins, not money, tied up in is Shiba Inu.
yeah,
But the value of Shiba Inu right now is, if you look at, of course, 0.01 is a penny. Well, the value of Shiba Inu this morning was 0.000019, right? So you're talking, what is that, 1900,000
if you take
of a
one
penny.
penny divided by 17 zeros,
Well,
That's math,
that's
Craig.
it.
Be careful.
But that's it. But
I get the number 6.
But when I bought this Shiba, it was 0.6035. So where I was at, I spent, I think about $1,700 or $1,800 on it. But now where it sits, and it's still extremely worthless. But I have 1.2 billion coins,
Yeah.
which was only $1,800 at the time, $1,900. Now it's worth about almost $12,000. And if you look at the market cap, people are like, oh, if Shiba gets to a penny, if Shiba gets to 10 cents, if Shiba gets to $1, the market cap, it can't get to a penny. It just can't. But it can shave another zero off. Well, again, you think about that. If you're holding $11,000, it's worth $11,000, $12,000 right now. You shave a zero off that, you move that a decimal point, that 11,000 turns into 110,000, just like that. And so it is out there now. If a lot of pie in the sky, if it ever happens. But point being, there was a time where that Shiba was worth 0.85. So I was holding on $40-some thousand worth, they're almost $80,000 worth of Shiba. Now it's back to 11. Well, that feels kind of stupid. But on the same token, I only have about $1,800 invested in it.
Yeah,
So
I don't have a lot of money invested in it.
No, I don't have
it's like,
it's fun.
Yeah, it's
I
So
look at
what
crypto
is
as
Shiba?
Yeah,
fun.
exactly.
Shiba
is
Inu.
crypto?
It's a crypto coin. Shiba
There's so
Inu.
many of them
There's
out there,
still there's
Tracy.
so
I mean,
many.
it is so beyond me. It just feels pretend, and I just
Yeah.
can't wrap my head
The one
around
I'm
it, which is
watching-
why I can't invest in it, because
Yeah.
it doesn't
and
make
you're
sense.
you're probably smarter
Yeah.
for that, right? Because if you don't understand it, and I'm not saying I understand crypto,
No,
but
I don't get the blockchain. I don't get it all. But for me, it is an investment, I guess. But I look at it as it's fun.
Yeah.
I have stocks that I have a ridiculously bigger nest egg put into, and I can tell you, I can't tell you where it's at. I mean, you want me to tell you to the penny or even to the dollar what the stock is worth? I have no idea.
Yeah.
And I've got 6-figure stocks that I'm invested in 6 figures, and I don't know where it's at. But I can tell you Shiba Inu, I know how many zeros and 19, and I know that. I looked at it this morning because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. And if it disappears tomorrow, I'm out $1,800, and that would not be awesome. But it's not I probably never. It's never gonna add to my retirement. But it's a hoot. It's fun
Yeah.
because none of my stocks move like that, or I wouldn't have them. You just. But XRP, that's one that's really a lot of folks are watching right now, and so
Is that another crypto?
That's another crypto, and I bought
There's
into
seriously,
XRP.
And there is so many cryptos.
there's
out
hundreds of them.
Yeah,
Hundreds
I mean,
of them. You are confusing all
thousands.
of it, right?
Yeah, you can never
Yeah.
keep up with them all, and you can never. I don't think anybody truly understands it. I truly don't think anybody truly understands it.
It's,
I mean, like you said, the blockchain thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that can be understood if you have
Right.
an analytical mind, which if any of those that are
Math.
listening know that I don't.
man.
Yeah. So the blockchain, I get the concept. I don't understand it.
Right.
But
Well,
the movement is what
Right.
the volatility is what I don't get.
Yeah, you can always do the item if you want to do it as a fun or
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
now. But if you can able to make a cap of your total investment, say 5%, you can do item for that. Nothing wrong about it.
Yeah.
The problem is the young generation. Whatever the money they get, they put it in crypto.
Yeah.
The fact that what the young generation said, don't you think that they all, very few, and my youngest son is not this way, but very few people kind of subscribe to the Warren Buffett, mentality, right? Like buy stock, hold on to it, right?
Yep.
I think the younger generation want to buy $1,000 worth of crypto, and then in 5 years it's going to be worth $1 million. That's what I think they think.
Yeah.
And it's just not the case.
Yeah.
It might be,
Could
but
be,
it's
right,
a
but-
pie in the sky.
Right.
That's the problem.
So what are the percentage of that? Say if you 1,000 people are investing in crypto, how many people are going to be millionaire because of that?
Yeah.
Hardly 1% or
Right.
less than 1%.
Yeah.
So problem is the same way stock market also. How many people are making money and they're retaining money for longer time? It's
Yeah.
very unwise. So because your trading mentality, you don't investment mentality, like Warren Buffett what he said, before buy a stock, think about 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5 times. But once you buy it, understand one thing. When you buy something, you understand the stock market is closed for life, over.
Yeah.
So you cannot sell it off.
Yeah.
So keep it there.
Yeah.
And then the money will grow.
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, when you talk about the crypto, I mean, let's talk to Tracey for a minute. Using art as an investment. I mean, people
Yeah.
do that all the time. That's
Yeah.
risky.
Which is crazy. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I don't know much about anything. I absolutely know nothing about art.
Yeah.
So the fact that like a painting and somebody is willing to spend tremendous amounts of money on it blows my mind. It just does not compute with me.
I have a
Or
friend
sculptures.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend that lives in Chatfield. He's done very well for himself, and he bought a Warhol.
Andy Warhol.
It's a tomato or a chicken noodle soup can.
Yep.
He paid $85,000
See,
for a painting. It hangs in his living room. He
Wow.
has, and yeah, he literally lives about 8 miles from here, and he has multiple pieces like that in his house. I mean, he has, well, the main level of his house has more art in it than, I mean, you could buy 3 of my house with his art
Wow.
that's there.
It is so fun to talk to people that collect that stuff because it is.
Well, we walked in, and we walk into his house, and of course, I'm with Craig. When it comes to art, I am not learned at all. We walk in, and he and we're friends, and we're like Craig. We pick on each other. That's how you know it. If I just came in and gave Craig a compliment and then didn't say anything else, he'd be like, "What just happened? You know, what did I do? What's the matter?" And that's how Steve and I always were. And I walk in, and I see this painting on the wall, and the house, as you can imagine, this house is crazy, right? It's incredible. And I walk in, and I'm like, "That's the best you could do?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And we've got the furniture, the house, everything in this thing is just top shelf. And I said, "Come on, look around you. This is dripping of arrogance and money. And you got a soup can on the wall? What the hell's wrong with you?" I mean, and he's just like, "You're kidding, right?" No, he's like, "That's an Andy Warhol."
Oh, you didn't know what it was.
I have no idea what it
Yeah.
was. No, I didn't know. I really thought it was just a picture of a well, okay, sorry. I don't mean to offend you at all. It isn't anything cool. It's a picture of a soup can. It's literally a Campbell's. It's a trademark violation, is what it is.
so Tracey, can you dive? I mean, a little bit. I mean, you could probably talk about it for hours. I imagine. But
how do you value that at
yes,
$85,000?
how does art get valued? That's what I don't understand. Like, I mean, like, I guess if the artist dies, that helps.
It
right?
helps. It
So
helps.
I mean, I've got
Not
some
him.
pictures at home.
It doesn't, but everyone else. I
Well,
still
yeah,
love
it's not
him,
good
but,
for him, but for the artist.
But I mean, but how do you? I mean, honestly, he was because he thought I was just razzing him because I knew what it was worth. No, I was razzing him because I didn't know what it was worth, and I still don't believe it's worth that. I mean, it just. But and of course, right away, he picks up his phone and he's like, "Here's my art broker," and he FaceTimes his art broker who lives in L.A. And he gets her on the phone, and he's like, "You will not believe the conversation I just had," because when he calls, she answers. She sells him a lot of high-end art.
a lot of soup can art.
A lot of soup can art. A lot of $100,000 soup cans is what she sells this guy. And when he calls her, she answers. And like I said, he's FaceTiming with this gal, and she's just like, and he's like, "This is what he told me." And she's like, "He was just trying to get under your skin." No. He had no idea what it was. I'm like, Andy Warhol. Was he like black and white? Did he work with Charlie Chaplin? I don't know who this guy is. I've never, I'm not. That's not my world. And yeah, she was just, "You got to be kidding me. Where did you find this guy?" She tells him, and I'm like, go away. Whatever.
Yeah. I don't know much about collecting, but I have met a few art collectors in the past few months since I've been at the art center. And one couple, and they buy things they like, and they say they'll buy anything, but they both have to like it, the couple. And
Okay.
there's an artist named Rothko. I don't know if you're familiar with Rothko. And
I'm more of a Rembrandt
okay.
guy.
Are you? Anyway, so they don't own a Rothko because he likes it, but she doesn't. So they don't do the Rothko. But they were telling me about this artist that they invested in, and it's all speculative often.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
Like crypto.
like
I
crypto.
mean, really,
Yes.
it's very similar.
You
that
take
way.
a chance on an artist unless they're already a well-known
Sure.
artist.
But then you're paying big money up
Yes,
front.
yes. But they bought some art from this artist that they really liked, and they really thought she was up and coming, so they bought several pieces. And now 30 years later, she contacted them, and she wants her art back because she's doing like a retrospective show, and she wants some of the older pieces. And he said, so we talked for a while, and they agreed on a price, and they made some good money on that.
Really?
So
she
she
bought
has-
it back.
So
She bought
has
it
money.
back.
The artist has money now.
Yes, and she bought
Huh.
it back because she's doing a show. You know, a lot of artists, they have shows. So they have a collection of art that encompasses, this one will be retrospective, so it encompasses many years of her work. And he said, you know, we made some money on that. We did pretty good. He said, but I miss those paintings.
Yeah.
You know, they become part
That's
of...
interesting.
You don't miss stock when you sell it.
Yeah, but billionaires people has a type of hobbies now, and they invest the money which a common person cannot understand
Yeah.
the way, because they want a speculative investment, speculative gain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that, but
Yeah.
like art, like, I mean.
Well, do you remember when people invest and speculate on collections?
Yeah.
Remember when Beanie Babies,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
was hot?
yeah.
Do you remember that, Sam? And people were buying those, and they're going to save them and give them, you know, hand them down
Hot
to their
Wheels,
grandkids.
Hot Wheel cars.
We wanna- yeah, Hot Wheels are a big now.
I think
again.
they're still big, right? I mean,
Okay.
it's a toy car.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, okay,
Car
so we want to
nerds.
talk about ridiculous investments. I didn't do much in a little bit of baseball, but hockey and basketball cards when I was younger. Now, I was in the 80s, so I have I have a good friend of mine who's big in cards right now. Apparently it's making a comeback. I haven't looked at my
It
cards
is
in
making,
years.
yeah.
But he's just like, well, you know, we were talking about, I saw a picture of this girl in a goalie outfit, and I was like, and he had a card. I was like, Manon Rhéaume. He's like, how do you know Manon Rhéaume? I said, I have a bunch of her rookie cards, her four sport cards, which were in the early 90s. But I said she was the first female collegiate goalie that actually made it, and she was drafted in the NHL. I don't know that she ever played a game in the pros, but she was actually drafted. And anyway, and he's like, but she never played. I'm like, well, it's her pre-rookie card. It's her last year of college, but it was called Classic Four Sport was the brand, and they did a bunch of collegiate. And I said, that's where I got my Shaqs. He's like, what Shaqs? I said, well, Shaqs, when he was with LSU, I said, we have his pre-rookie card. But I said,
my gosh.
and of course, Shaq was just an anomaly. He was so huge. Everybody knew he was going to be a superstar, even in college. So Four Sport did these foil cards where they made like 5,000 silver foil cards, and they made like 500 or 1,000 gold foil cards. And they got
Yes, you
mixed
got the
in.
gold cards.
I have a silver and I have a gold. But I bought 7 cases of this and opened up all the packs because it was exciting and it was inexpensive at the time. Well, those Shaqs, they're worth real money. So then Josh, well, you've met Scats, play poker.
Oh, yeah.
So he's big into cards. So we're talking about it, and he's like, well, what else have you got? I said, well, I have a pile of Shaq rookies. One of the brands did the number 1 draft pick card. And so it didn't have a player on it. It was just like a card that said number 1 draft pick. Then they put it out before the draft. When the draft came, then they made cards for all the draft picks. Well, whoever the number one draft pick was, when they make your card, you have to mail in this card, and they trade it for the number one draft pick. They did that, again, it was Shaq's rookie year. Well, Shaq was the guy. So I had probably 40 some of those cards. Well, speculative, right? Not very smart guy, but I thought, I'm going to turn in half of them. I'm going to keep half of them. And, all my friends are like, it's Shaquille O'Neal. Why on earth would you keep the cards that don't have Shaq on it? I was like, how many people are going to keep these? It's all about scarcity. Value is not about, the value of the player on the card. It's the scarcity of the card and the demand. And I said, so if nobody keeps them, and, this is one I should check on, but that card actually had some value at one point. I don't know if it still does or not. I should look. But I was collecting the 80s. So I have Kirby Puckett rookies. I have a box of Jordan rookies. I probably have 24, 25 Jordan rookies. And they're like new. And those, those were worth some real money at some point, but I have a handful of them in a safety deposit box. But then when I quit collecting, there's, I have probably 500,000 cards that just were nothing, were worth absolutely nothing.
Right.
And everything that's of value fits
Sam,
in
this
that
is
hand.
why Americans are broke.
This is it.
Okay, because we speculate on art and we speculate on cards. And you hope, right?
Right.
Against hope that you can get a Shaq gold rookie card or a Warhol or something else.
Well, you need a Warhol before it's a Warhol. That's the thing.
Well, right. That's the thing. I mean, so
that's the thing.
And I'd buy, I would have bought, I don't know,
Tacomas.
Yes. Which gave me fits today, by the way.
Then my opinion come in the picture right now. This is the last stage I'm going to explain my point of view. Do you have estate planning? Do you have will and trust? Because whatever this is your asset, right?
Yeah.
Or asset has to be mentioned somewhere so that this asset has to go to whom?
Right.
You go to your spouse or children 1, children 2, children 3, daughter or where? If you don't define it, this art, what you've done it, and maybe it has got a lot of value. Yeah. But if you don't make estate planning, end of day, it becomes
I think
a
estate
problem.
planning is probably, I don't know. To me, estate planning is almost more important than the actual retirement. Because even if you don't plan for retirement, even if you're just bad at saving and you just go through life and you spend your money and you get through, but you're gonna end up, hopefully getting some Social Security, maybe whatever. But you're gonna acquire some assets at some point. You're gonna have a house or a car or a bank account or something.
And apart from that, there are keepsakes are there. The way he's explaining so many art, so many collections, so many crypto. See, estate planning give it to you one indication to you. Whatever asset you have it, you define it.
Yeah.
Then you define your guardians. You define your beneficiaries. You define your trustees. Then they should know about it. Okay, that much you have it. Mm-hmm. And then you decide, okay, this particular item, let's say a car, I give it to them, a house, I give it to somebody, or I give it to crypto to this one, to my daughter, or charities, or whatever the case may be. My only point is to emphasize to most of the viewer here that whatever wishes you have it in your mind has to be documented.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
And that one become a will and then become a trust now, so that there is no probate court will come back. I got a couple of friends, out of that one of friend has got money, $200,000 in a bank account. He never put it, his wife as a co-owner.
So it's gotta go through
And
probate.
he passed away unfortunately, and then lady could not get that money for 2 years time because of probate court.
Yeah.
And that type of story should not happen in life. So what I'm saying, whatever you get it, anybody got it, make sure you document in such a way that it go to right people.
So if anybody's out there listening to this and they have some art they want to bequeath to me, that would be great. So I can have some art in my life.
No soup cans, though. I don't care.
No,
what
I'll
it's
take a
worth.
soup can.
I'm out. I don't want. No.
You don't want a soup
Not the
can.
Warhol soup can. I'll
No.
put that. I'll put that thing up in my house.
No, the problem I would have if I had a soup can on my wall that was worth $85,000, I would hope that all of my friends are as uncultured as me and didn't know it. I would want them to think it was just a silly prank. Because if anybody I know came in and knew that I spent $85,000 on a soup can, it would be embarrassing.
That's all relative, though.
It is, but it would be embarrassing to me.
Well, yeah.
I think and I like to make jokes, but with what you do in the art world,
Yeah.
that soup can story, I will never forget that as long as I live, because it amazes me. It teaches you a lesson. I mean, how value is so subjective. I mean, what you love, I look at and go, you're not serious.
Right.
I mean, you didn't really do that. I mean, I couldn't. I mean, we go on a cruise. So you've been on a cruise, I'm assuming, right?
One. Yep.
Okay. Did
Was
they have
like
an
it?
art?
What?
Did you like it?
Once was enough for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
I've
a big
never been
fan.
on one.
I'm not a big fan of cruises. Heather loves them. I go because she wants to go, but
I mean, you guys have seen Titanic, right? I mean, just saying.
when we go, the only stipulation I have on a cruise is that it has to make stops places I haven't been, so I can scope it out for next year's vacation. That's, I mean, honestly, that's, and then we decide if we're going to go on vacation there or not later on. And because I hate waiting. I am so impatient on every aspect of life. And when you're on a cruise, I just felt like I was always standing in line. I was in line to get food. I was in
Yes.
line for the elevator. I was in line to get off the ship. You're in line for the excursions. You're in line to get back on the ship. It's like you're just always waiting. It's like a bad day at Valley Fair. So it drove me crazy. But did they have an art gallery on the cruise ship you were on?
No, but I hear they
No.
do have those.
Okay, so now the last few cruises that we were on, they have these art galleries, and they're very. Now again, I'm not an art critic. I'm not educated in it at all. They're very impressive. Even though it's on a cruise ship, it's very professional. It's very nice.
I like to look at art. I just don't. I mean, like, I'm very envious of artistic people. Like, if you can draw. I mean, so you said you've always been creative. Like, can you draw and stuff like that?
I draw, I paint.
Oh, see, now that's
Yeah.
actually really super cool, and I wish I could because I can't. I mean, it's kind of like me in math, right? Me and art, I can't do either of those. I can't really do much. So, but I really like. I find people that have artistic talents, whether it be in painting or drawing, or people that can see. Like home builders, right? Or interior designers, like, oh, that's color and that color,
Yes.
and then I'm going to put that together, and you're like, what? That's not. Well, that actually looks really awesome. Well done. So I'm very envious of people that have that knack, because I don't. But so I mean, the art thing is really. I mean, you should have been doing that rather than teaching. This way it sounds.
Well, not the art piece. It's hard to make a living in art, but I love having art around me and being in the environment, and I love showing it to people because you guys say you don't know art or really care about art. I think you'd
Well, I don't know that. I wouldn't say I don't care about.
Yeah,
it.
that's not-
That's not what I would say.
okay.
But I will say I don't care about soup cans. Right? I can be on front about
Yes.
that. I don't understand it.
Right.
I just don't understand how it's a common household item that costs no more than $2. We put it on canvas, and because of the guy who signed it,
Yes.
now it's an $80,000, $85,000 piece of art. That I don't understand. We went to this because in these art galleries in the cruise ships they sell art, of course,
Yes.
there, but they have auctions. So we're bidding on this. It was beautiful, and it was a painting. It was a young lady walking through a garden, a young girl, and it was just my wife and I both. It was amazing. I said that would look that wouldn't fit in our house well because it's nicer than our house that it's going in. But we sat there and of course both of us uneducated in art, say that for the fifth time, but we're bidding on this, right? We bid this thing up to like $1,500, and Heather's looking at me and I'm like, she stopped at like $800. I'm like, I grab her hand. She's got the card. I pick her hand up, with our card, and it went to like $1,400 or $1,500, and it went for like $3,100.
Wow.
So we stopped. I stopped halfway, but I didn't know that. We get all done, and then she goes over. She grabs it. She says, "We're going to take it out of the frame. We're going to roll it and ship it to your home, or you can take it with you. Up to you, how you want to do it." And they arrange all that, and they paid another couple $100 to have it shipped home, and then they have it on the wall. Well, they go over and they roll one. They pull it out of a box. A crate.
So it wasn't the only one.
No, it's on the one. She pulls out. She rolls it up, and they show it to her. They make sure that show her the one she's going to get. It's a lithograph. So then I asked the guy when they're all done, I'm like, so what we were bidding on, we're not bidding on that one. He's like, well, no, we said that in the beginning. You don't get the frame. Like, no, I knew I wasn't getting the frame, but you rolled up, and he's like, oh, these are lithographs. Yeah, we'll sell this. Yeah, we'll sell, a dozen of these on every cruise.
Holy cow.
Those are kind of questionable, that whole market. And then the more you buy, it's kind of a multi-level marketing
Yes.
thing. And
if you come back, because they have auctions, I think it was 2 or 3 times a day they'd have auctions. Well, if you come back, if I'd have gotten won the bid at $1,500, if through the course of the cruise I bought 3 more pieces, that one would have only cost me like $1,250, or it's like a tiered.
And then you get free cruises, and you get to go to conferences, and
right. Oh yeah.
If you look those up, there's a lot of art.
That doesn't
people.
seem like art to me. That like your art, like the art gallery. Full disclosure, I've never been to the Rochester Art Gallery.
I'm going to get you there, Craig.
All right, fair enough.
Let's go.
Yeah. Jody would probably be into it, but I have to imagine stuff at the art gallery is like. It's just that's it, right? You don't have
originals. They're not
right. It's originals.
Yeah, you don't have a painting out there and then have 17,000 sitting in the back, right? Yeah.
No.
So that to me, that is not art. What you just described.
It just totally was a big turnoff for me because I was like, I almost paid $1,500. I mean, I'd been if I'd have won that bid at $1,500, I'd have been happy, right? Until he went over and rolled it out, and I'm like. Wait a minute! I could have brought my own. I could have brought my own copier. What is going on here? Yeah.
But you know what else is interesting is a lot of the art at the Art Center. Sam, you know this is it's not a picture on a wall.
Oh.
We just took down an exhibit that was blown glass.
Yeah, blown glass.
4 feet tall.
See, now that's cool.
Ears of corn.
Cool.
Yeah. Absolutely different word.
Yeah,
and that's what I was saying.
If you said it was a 4-foot blown glass soup can, I was gonna. Nope, you were done.
But it's a contemporary art museum. This is what's so interesting, which means the artists are alive, and
is that what contemporary art means?
Yeah,
they're still
I'll
alive?
show you some photograph because I taken a photograph during my visit there. But last time I asked question to them, it's not a good idea to make a crash course. Anybody come and visit the art center. Basic fundamental of how to see art should be having educated now. The reason I tell you why. People has no idea what they're saying. Wow. But what is wow?
Yeah.
They don't know. So similar way, every item they educate. Last time I was is blown now. The glass issue. And I visited some of the museum there actually in West Coast now. And it's a glass blown, no? Hot glass. And they blown and make an artistic issue now. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But the question is, when you talk about price, a small glass artistic issue, $6,000 starting, going up to $100,000.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I'm going to put Tracey on the spot. Trivia question.
Uh-oh. I hate trivia. Go ahead.
What year did Pablo Picasso die?
1857.
I have no idea. Pablo Picasso.
No, it was before
Wait. 1936?
Sam, do you have a guess?
I think it should be somewhere in 17th century or 16th century.
Yeah, it's before.
Oh my gosh, where is it?
I am the art expert in the room, and who knew? 1973.
Wow.
Really? Oh.
Pablo Picasso died
Listen,
in
you don't get
73.
to claim that you're the art expert because you read that on the internet somewhere. You did research Pablo Picasso's death.
You didn't watch the reel.
Yeah. So, whatever, dude.
Well, at least I knew it was the 1900s.
Yeah.
I thought
1973.
Picasso is a very old issue.
I did too. I thought
I
for
did too.
sure he was dead before 1857.
When I read that, to be fair, I did Google it after the fact because I didn't believe it. I'm like, that he was, because I thought he was like 1817 or 1800s. So
I was.
And then I read it, and then I Googled it to make sure, and I researched it. And he died. He was born in like 1882, and he died in 1973 because he died at 91.
Oh.
Yeah, so he was born in the 1800s, but he died in 1973 as a 91-year-old man. I mean,
I'll be the first to tell you I don't know a lot about art, and that's not why they hired me. That's not what I'm good
let's talk
at.
about your role out there. I mean, your role is, like you said at the kind of beginning, is fundraising, is networking,
Oh my gosh.
just to get people to come to the
You know
art
what?
center.
My role more than anything else is just to tell people how much I love it. I can sell anything. I think I should have gone into sales and not
Yes.
teaching. You have a lot of businesses, Jerry. If I fall into something that I love,
But one thing
I'll
I'll
have you
tell
try
you
my
now,
CMOS, and then we'll put you on the road. You can sell
Yep.
CMOS to everybody.
I'll tell you one thing about Tracy now and the art center people. See, everybody does not have multiple virtues in your life. Like say, all art center people, they are not able to talk about their own art. I like about Tracy is one thing now. When she involves, she explains the art to you. It is like her own museum, her own art. Correct or not? You involve in such a way that one. Second thing, she make so many emails to invite you, make sure the networking. She involved more than 100% on their own profession now. And when they said actually she's working part-time there or something doing the item, I said, you are doing great job. But you ask the director, other director, two people, talk about item. Once couple of times she asks question to them. They don't know as well. So it is not criticizing now. What I'm trying to say, a nature will tell you how you much involved in anything what you do. A small thing or big thing.
Well, I will say
Correct?
this.
You've done a great job, really.
Sam and I are fortunate enough that Tracy's in our SBR chapter
Right.
on Tuesday.
I'm sorry for you, Craig, but I will come visit.
Well, just I'm gonna caution you. I'll caution you right now that if you come visit, there's a pretty good chance you're gonna want to switch chapters.
Is
Just
that why
saying.
this is here? The transfer
Yeah, I mean, you
agreement?
should just take that right now tonight, and you can just fill it out, and we'll just make the switch because we are the fun chapter.
I don't know if they join. I don't know if they make the swap for pity, or if it's no. But I tell you what, one of my biggest regrets in starting SBR was splitting Craig and I up in chapters, because I will say, this guy is an absolute hoot. When
I've
those
heard that
morning
about you,
meetings.
Craig.
Yep, he is.
Okay,
It was so. I mean, I used to. We had so much fun in our old group.
Yeah, we did.
I used to love that, and I mean, I love our new group too. I mean, there's no question, but it's just a different dynamic. Craig brings a whole different dynamic to the chapter. It's unattainable for most of us, to be honest. It's very cool, and so we really
Well,
enjoy it.
I would say it's unattainable. It's just, I mean, I've said I'm good with people. I'm not good at math, man.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to build a building or a bridge.
But I think one thing I have to ask you, still I ask you, okay, when you do a car show, your Broadway car garage or your SBR group, so what you don't like about it? You like everything about it, right? But what you don't like about it?
About SBR or about
SBR.
SBR. Well, I'll tell you, it's one of those things. I don't like having it on my schedule. I don't like having to be there. And take this with a grain of salt. Let me explain this statement. I don't like having to be there every week. It's on my calendar, and it blocks me from doing other things. But why do I do it? Because when I'm there, I love it. It's like going to the gym. My alarm goes off at 4:10 in the morning. I'm at the gym by 5. This guy does that, and he likes it. I do it, and I don't like it. My trainer, just the other day, yesterday, he asked me, he said, so do you love it yet? No. And he wasn't even done asking a question. I just interrupted, like, no. And he's like, well, that was quick. I was like, well, I don't. I mean, he's asked me, he says I'm sweating, and I'm grunting. I'm like, I'm 54-year-old fat guy trying to be 20. This is not entertaining for me, but I need it. I need to be healthy, and I need to be here. And I said, I'm to the point now, it's only been a few weeks, but my alarm doesn't go off in the morning. I wake up, I look at my clock, it's a few minutes after 4, I shut off the alarm so I don't wake up the wife, I get up, I put on my gym clothes, grab my bag I packed the night before, and I head to the gym. And I'm there at 5, and I grunt, and I sweat, and I shower, and I go to work.
Thank God you shower.
And I feel, nobody wants that. But I mean, I love how I feel after it.
Yep.
And I'm looking forward to going there, but I don't enjoy being there. With SBR, it's the other way around. I don't look forward to like setting that time aside in my calendar. And I think that's a lot, but that's the entrepreneur in me. I've got so many other things I could be doing. But then you walk in the door and it's like, and you see everybody, and everybody's like, hey, Jerry, how's it going? And you talk, and everybody's greeting, and everybody's so friendly. And I have a room full. A year ago, I had 6 or 7 friends in that room, just like you, with your chapter. Now we've got all these new people. I'd never met Tracey. I wouldn't have met Sam if it wasn't for SBR. And I consider you guys friends of mine.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
is not. This isn't just. Well, I know Sam from this networking thing. You know, it's not. He's not just that guy. These are friends of mine now. And if I have a question that I know one of you two could answer for me, I feel comfortable enough that I would call you and say, Sam, what should I do with this? Do you have a minute? You know, can I bug you? Can I text you and say, can I make a quick phone call? I'd like to ask you a question. I need some advice on this. Tracey, what would you do in this situation? I'm not a guy that asks for advice much. Not because I don't need it, but because I don't want to ask for it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be the guy that needs help. But then you meet people like Tracey, like Sam, like Craig. These are people that I don't have to be anybody in front of you. I can just call and say, I got an issue, and I'd like to know what you think of this. You know, and I love that. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, what I don't like about SBR is trying to explain to people that it's more than just a meeting, networking meeting. You know, if I approach somebody about SBR and say, hey, listen, if you ever been to a networking group, I've tried them, right? And they're intimidating a lot of times. They are sometimes boring a lot of times.
Yeah.
All those things we try to eliminate with SBR, which I think for the most part we've done.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what I don't like about SBR is the connotation of it's a boring business meeting. Use the art center, right?
Yep.
So I don't know how many people out of the Tuesday chapter has come to the art gallery. I don't know. Maybe 0, maybe all of them. You know, whatever.
No, probably about a half. Probably
Okay.
6.
Fair. So, but beyond that, I think the relationships that you start to cultivate in a group like this is much more beneficial.
Absolutely.
Than so like I sell signs. I don't need to sell a sign to anybody in an SBR chapter, but to Jerry's point, I've gotten to know a lot of people in the Thursday chapter. I already knew a lot of them in the Tuesday chapter. You know, now I'm helping run the Owatonna chapter on Tuesdays. Although I come visit because I do like the two. I mean, truth be told, I do like the Tuesday chapter. We are the little more fun group, but whatever.
You heard it here, folks.
Well, listen, it's a good chapter. But
6:52 p.m. October 9th, 2025.
But I don't like the fact I don't like to have to try to explain to people that listen, just come to a meeting. If you don't want to join, don't join.
Well, you
That's
feel
fine.
like you're selling Amway. Is
Yeah,
when
I
people
don't want to
make you
have
feel
to.
that way.
I don't want to feel like I'm trying to sell you something because I don't believe it. I don't see it that way.
Yeah.
I love going to the meetings.
Yeah. I do too.
I'm you know, not to go back to this nightmare, but COVID was real hard for me because of I talk. That's all I'm good at. That's all I'm good at is people. So for me not to be able to talk to people was real tough for me. So, and that's how I approach the meetings.
Yep.
So that's what I don't like about it. I don't like trying to explain to somebody, come to a meeting and talk about your business.
Yeah.
How about you just come to a meeting, have some coffee, and we'll have a few laughs, and you can decide
So
from there.
Tracey and I have had this conversation in the past where I've said, it's not about coming into SBR and selling your business.
Yeah.
SBR is it's in the name, SBR, Small Business Referral Group, right? That's what we do. We're a group of people trying to refer to small businesses, and we're all small business. That's what it's about. But if that's how you approach it, it won't work. You have to come in and want to get to know Sam, and then want to get to know Tracey, and build a relationship, and then deal with Craig. That's
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what's funny too is, you know, because I said I was doing this podcast with you tonight, and to Jody. And I'm like, I said it's Jody, or I said to Jody, I said it's Tracey from and Sam from the Tuesday group, and I said Tracey McGuire, and she's like, it took her a minute. She's like, how does Jerry know Tracey McGuire? 'Cause this is before she knew you were in the chapter. I said, well, she's in the Tuesday chapter. So with that being said, I'm gonna go home tonight, and you know, she'll ask me how it went and all that stuff. I think, you know, and then I'm gonna probably say, like, you know, we should probably go visit the art gallery because the art center, because you know it's, you know, I'm kind of intrigued because of the glass blowing thing where you just took that down, but there'll be other stuff up there.
Yeah, there's some cool
you need
stuff
at least
coming.
a Polaroid of a soup can when he gets there.
Yeah.
At least.
I tell ya,
At least.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
I'll paint one. That'll be
There.
my
Wow.
next painting.
there you
I'll
go.
put it in your house.
I was going to say, Christmas is coming.
Yeah, right.
Because it'll only be $85, not $85,000.
See, no, I could probably talk myself into an $85 soup can. I would take a couple zeros off. I could probably talk myself into that.
Yeah, right. So, but
Well,
yeah.
we're running to the end here because I know Craig's got some things he's got to get done tonight. But before we go, this is what this podcast is all about. It's about getting to know the people. I mean, that's kind of, we're finishing on the right note, I guess. I didn't really plan it that way, but so I think people have a feeling for who you guys are. My headphones are falling off, but get a feel for who you guys are. I mean, great people. And I mean, I've known you guys. Sam, how long have you been in the group now? 3 months? 4?
Which group? Your,
In SBR, it's been
SBR is around 3 months.
about 3 months. So we've known each other about a little before that because you came and visited a couple times before that.
Yeah.
And Tracy, you've been in there 7 months, 6 months,
Yeah.
6, 7, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And it just honestly, I feel like I've known you guys for years. It doesn't feel like it's been months. I just couldn't. This is going to sound really corny, but I couldn't imagine not knowing you. I mean, really, it's really one of those things. With Craig, it's
Feelings mutual.
yeah, it's always been that way.
Right.
But I really couldn't. I mean,
Jerry.
we like to pick on each other a lot, but I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine my world without Craig in it. I just that's just how I feel about this, and for me,
I'm not hugging you on camera. I'm just saying.
I'm not a hugger,
Yeah.
just for the record. So yeah, no matter I'll cry. I can cry. I can cry on cue, but I'm not hugging. So fair enough. But I mean, really, you just, it feels like it's been a lot longer than it is. And so I really would encourage anyone who has any interest in art, and those of us who don't have a lot of interest in art, you should go check it out. I mean, you really should.
It really is a surprising place. You'll see something that will be like, wow.
Yeah.
I never knew.
Heather and I have talked about it many times, so it's coming. We just have to find a time.
Yeah, and I want you, and I would invite anybody. Reach out to me, and I'll give you a private tour.
Oh,
And-
well, okay. Well, wait a minute now.
No.
Now we're
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna feel like a VIP. So
It is, but I'm serious. I want to show you how special it is, and it is nice to be able to take a tour. And they do have public tours they give.
Okay.
But like Sam said, if you can have somebody, share little bits about the art, it's a little easier to digest and understand than to just walk and look at it.
Yeah.
on that note, I also want. I mean, so that was a plug for Rochester Art Center. To Sam, if you've got, and I'm Sam, I'm 100% with you that the younger generation are in trouble when it comes to finances, and I truly believe that. I've taught both of my boys. So I was in the finance world for a while, so I've taught both my boys, and I think they're doing okay. But young people need to. I know we all think when we're 22, 25, and we're 10 foot tall and bulletproof, whatever it is.
Well, it's hard to think of retirement when you're 22.
100% is. It 100% is. And if
for anybody.
I wish I knew when I was 25 what I know now, because I
just
probably wouldn't be working.
Well, right. Oh,
that's the truth. That's the truth.
That's yeah, absolutely. There is, and this is a great message to all the young people. I don't care how smart you are, how not smart you are, how cultured you are. Every single one of us, if you truly knew what was coming, you can advance so fast.
Yep.
And we don't. We stop and we smell the flowers, and you have to do that a little bit.
Yeah.
But we smell the flowers and work in between. And I'll tell you, trading your hours for $1, that is a tough way to retire. It's a tough way to build a living. It really is. And there's not a lot of hourly paid jobs out there that will set you up for life.
Compounding interest is a very powerful thing.
It is.
And
It
young
is.
people just don't fully understand it. And I didn't understand it until I was
that
in
is
my
what actually I want to
mid-30s.
convey to people. Okay, this financial education will blow your mind out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you should be serious to meet again and again. It's a refreshing course again and again. So when I meet people and I said, listen, this is what today my meeting was easier, was very good now. Because he want to do something. I like it about the way he does the job. But what I said to him, I said, listen, you are working very hard to earn money. In this winter time when business go slow down, what is your second option?
Right.
Yeah.
So when you are doing something, and when this particular Midwest area, winter comes and some of the business doesn't
Winter
work the way it
sucks.
should work, right?
Yeah.
So you should have a second line, like you has a one type of business, then again a gun store, and likewise other so many things now. Like here a couple of items is a very issue. If young people understand now, okay, buying a car is one item, but why you're buying a car,
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But
and what is the other option available for you?
but like someone in your position, see now I just did it.
Yeah.
You're rubbing off on
It's
me.
good. Yeah.
But like in your position, do you find that it's important to get to know your clients a bit before you start talking about money? Only because like with my daughter, I know there's 1,000 different ways to explain compound interest and what it means for you when you're 25. What it means for you when you're 65, not much. I mean,
Yeah.
you need time. That's the one thing you can't buy is the time. And there's 1,000 ways to explain that, but only probably 2 that my daughter was going to look at and go, wow, I never understood that. You know, the other 998 ways, she has been like, oh, okay, sure, it wouldn't have mattered. But everybody has different ways that they're gonna understand. So I mean, do you kind of get to know them a little bit to try and figure out how to connect?
Yeah, first meeting generally I want to know about them actually, and I want them to know about me first now. And when they meet each other, then we exchange a couple of questions and understand. If the frequency is good, I said I'm available for second time also. You want to know more about the item? Like say there are so many financial concepts. Rule of 72. What is the rule of 72? What is power of 0? Nobody knows about it. So once they know about it, I say when the money comes to you, what you should do first, you should know about it. That's
Do you know what
the
the
way
rule
it works.
72 is, Craig?
The rule of 72.
Rule 72.
Let's see, 7 plus 2 is 10. So
That's how you determine how often your money doubles.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Rule of
the
72 will
rule
decide
72.
how your money will become double. How many years it become doubles.
So, like for instance, let's just say that you figure out a way and you can make the math easy. You can earn 7.2% on your money. Well, 7.2%, the rule of 72, 72 divided by 7.2 is 10.
you also get division.
No, simple now.
But seriously,
Sev-
if you have 72,
Everything you divide by 72, say 7.2, 72 divided by 7.2, 10 years
10.
you get money double.
So if you invest
It's
a
math. Listen, I'll go to an online calculator. I ain't doing it. I'm out.
but that's the way that if you're not Craig, this is how you determine where your money doubles. If you put $1,000 in today at 7.2% interest guaranteed, you know that every 10 years that will double. So 1,000 in 10 years will be 2,000, in 10 years will be 4,000, in 30 years it'll be 8,000. And that's how you know. So the more interest you make, obviously, the faster your money doubles. But these are the things you say, Rule 72, and most people, to me, that seems like that's something we should all have in the back of our minds, knowing that that's
Yeah.
a good idea.
So that's what the way you explain to your daughter about the issue. Okay, you do $800 right now, and then you do other used car, you make $300, $500, save it for 6 years time. What will happen? When they know about it, I got it now, and then they take a decision,
Right.
which will be much more better for them.
Well, and that's where
Still buy the car.
But like for her,
Or
she
not.
was real happy to tell me in the middle of that, as I'm telling her this, I'm like, you have $503 left over if you buy the used Subaru. And I said, you do that for 6 years. She goes, well, 500 times 12, that's $6,000. 6 years, that's $36,000. So I'd have $36,000. I'm like, you'd have $36,000 invested over the course of 6 years. By the time you're done investing, if you stop then, you're 31. You don't touch that till you're 60. It sits for another 29 years. And again, you start talking about the rule of 72. If most people target 8% is the number they look for. Well, that means your money's going to double in a little over 9 years. So if you have 29 years to work with, your money is going to double 3 times plus some if you're starting with $36,000. And it doubles 3 times. 36 is 72. 72 is 144. 144 is 28.
Whatever, math guy.
That's
Criminy.
but that car, that difference between buying the Challenger new and the Subaru used, if she saves it and she can average 8%, that's $300,000 for her by age 60.
Yep.
And it's simple math that you can just do off the top of your head like that. And she's like, But that hit with her, she's like, "Oh my God, that's crazy."
Absolutely. So what I'm saying, there is a live example. Apart from the way we do a life insurance policy and other issue, the protection planning, that money will come back to you at that benefit tax free totally. If the young person buy for $2, $3 per day, half a cup coffee,
Right.
you pay the money for that. But that money will come back in millions to you tax free.
Yeah.
Now Uncle Sam will take the money or Uncle Sam will not take the money. That also young people should know about
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Yep.
Taxes.
Yep.
Taxes, yeah. Because if Uncle Sam is a partner, he take 35% when you get $1 million,
Right.
then what are you doing? So you plan in such a way that's why I asked the one simple analogy to people. If the farmer has a choice to pay the taxes on the seed or on the produce,
Right.
so everybody understand now. He prefer to do taxes on the seed.
That's a great analogy. I'm going to use that. That's great. Yeah.
And then you don't put an item on the produce now. So I said, do one thing. You put a money through Roth IRA, and that money you put in such a way that Roth IRA money, tax money, the seed, you paid the money. When money grows afterwards, it goes millions of dollars to you. When you become 50, 69 or something, you get money totally tax-free. And when you do estate planning, that money goes to your second generation, tax-free.
Second generation. I ain't giving it to my kids. I'm going to
Yeah.
spend it, Sam. I'm buying a Challenger. A used one, but I'm buying a Challenger.
Dad of tough love. Those kids are going to have to work for it. That's
And like
right.
so many concept, people will know about it, provided actually, because they work per hour basis, what you said very clearly, 10 hours. Oh, I told you yesterday I met one guy and he said, I'm working financial business. I said, how much you getting? Some commission I get it. Okay, very good. Then he said one thing, I'm getting $12 per hour. And it's good money. Are you sure? Are you kidding me? $12 per hour?
Wow.
Yeah.
Not fair. I said, not fair for you. I'm actually worried. If you know this item different way, you become like certified person, financial person. No as a second income for you now. Okay? $12 will not work for you, my dear.
Yeah.
What is that $12
Yeah.
per hour?
Right. Right. Well, guys, I think we should wrap up here. We'll get
All
everybody
right.
out. I'm going to back to ladies first. We're going to go back to Tracey.
Okay.
So, the people watching,
Yes.
when they want to visit the art center or they want to take you up on your private tour, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Yes.
How do they find Tracey?
You can get a hold of me. We are open Wednesday through Sunday from 11 to 4. And I don't work all those days, but the Art Center is open all at that time. But you can personally get a hold of me through the Art Center website or my email. So it's rochesterartcenter.org, T. McGuire, at rochesterartcenter.org.
Okay. Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yep.
And for those that don't know, because I know it's hard to get to or hard to find, tell us how to get to the art center.
Right.
Yes, because that's important.
Accessibility is
Yes.
hard. Wayfinding. Park in the Mayo Civic Center ramp.
Okay.
And that's the best way to get to the Art Center.
Going above the library.
Yep, the ramp
Yep.
above the library. Go to the second floor Skyway, like you're going to the Mayo Civic Center, and there'll be signs inside the Civic Center that say Art Center this way.
And how to get there.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, great. Sam, so the younger generation that we've been trying to push your way all night to help you clue them in a little bit, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
There are 3 ways they can know about it. First thing, actually, they should see my website, which is called sohumfinancialsolution.com. It's a one word only. Sohum, SOHUM, financial.solution.com. Then that's the way they know about what I'm doing it. That's
Sure.
first item. So at least they are not talking with me. And second thing, they talk with me. Same, my email is very clear now. We have a sunbowlnature@gmail.com. Sun, SUNBOLWL, bowl, nature, NATURE.
Sunbowl Nature.
Sunbowlnature.com. They can send email to me. I can meet you. And then my number is mobile number 201-496-8733. They can text me and they say they want to meet me because of that reason or something. I can just connect on the text to you. And most of people who are in the city or outside, I can always make a Zoom meeting with them now.
Okay.
So they can give an email to me. I can make a Zoom meeting, talk with you and educate something in the financial. So they don't want to waste time. They are free at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, anytime, Saturday, Sunday. I try to be free for them because they connect with me, younger generation.
Right.
They will connect on Zoom meeting with me directly, and I try to make life easy, not like personally come to meet and the other issues.
Sure.
So,
Okay.
Great. That's awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for being this episode, being here for this and coming out, driving out. Craig.
Yeah, thanks, Craig.
Thanks for coming out, man.
Thanks,
I appreciate
Jerry.
it. Yes, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope
Thank
it's what
you,
you.
thank
you. A lot of
thought was
fun.
Great, and we'll cut it up into some little clips and shorts. And if you guys want access to those, just let me know, and we'll get them out there so you can post them and do whatever you like. But Craig, any famous last words, wisdom?
Spend it on art.
On art. You heard it here.
Spend it. Thank you so much, Jerry. It's very nice. You're so friendly to us, and we like it. And Craig, very nice. But I need to do one maths lesson with you.
Thanks, guys.
You'll be
Thank you.
disappointed.
Thank you so much.